If you want purpose in your life, one of the questions you might ask yourself is, should I leave my job or career? You may feel like you have purpose. You may not feel you have much of a future there at all. You might feel that everything is aligned and everything is working great on your career. But chances are, if you're watching this video, you're a little bit confused about which way you should go and what you might want to do. So I had 30 different jobs before I was 30 or more. I kind of lost track along the way. It's a bit of a joke between all of my friends, but hey, I had no idea what I wanted to do, so I tried stuff. I was a car detailer, a camp counselor, a personal trainer, a night shift donut baker. I worked as a law clerk, a delivery driver. I packed orders in warehouses. I worked as a financial planner. Plenty more different things. And they were all learning experiences because I learned what I liked. I learned what I didn't like. I learned the value of time, energy, and money. And in my spare time, I was spending time learning about business and trying out different business models and seeing what worked within there until I could find what worked for me. And along the way, I found my purpose as well. So let's start by splitting things up. So if it's job and career, we want to split things up into job, career, and mission or purpose. So let's break down the differences between them first. The job is what you do to survive a lot of the time. Now, if it brings you joy and it meets your financial needs, that's great. If it suits your lifestyle, fantastic. Why would you change? But if it doesn't, then it's probably a good time to reassess things. Then we move on to career. Career is kind of where you're heading via your job or your business, whatever it is. There is a path laid out. So big difference would be if you're an electrician and you just want to be an electrician. There's not really too much further you can go unless you decided you wanted to be a supervisor or a business owner. But there are plenty of other positions out there, especially if you're in marketing or sales, where there are different levels and different avenues that you can go that will drastically change how you want to live out your lifestyle from a working perspective. So career, kind of where you're heading from your job or business. If you're on track with that, that's fantastic. If it brings you joy, meets your financial needs, suits your lifestyle, again, why would you change from these things? But if it doesn't, then you probably need to reassess things. If what you're doing right now doesn't lead you to where you want to go, then maybe you need to do something else. It might be retraining, or it might be doing some work experience, or it might be moving to a different company where you are able to be exposed to new opportunities where they weren't there in the current company that you're working at. Now let's move on to your mission or your purpose. So this is that thing that you do because you have to do it. It just oozes out of you. And you feel like you almost have no choice in the matter because it's just part of your identity, part of who you are, your core values, etc. So, you can't really think about doing anything else. And that's kind of where I'm at with this. This is the thing that I do, okay? I found that personal training was great, but it was very one-dimensional. But then that led to doing health coaching and rehab and then life coaching and counseling and business coaching, and all of these things just added up, and all of a sudden it's like, oh, okay, I enjoy a lot of these things. In fact, I enjoy the psychology of change more than I like the individual pursuits. So if I can figure out how to help people do things that they want to do but they don't really want to do, then that is going to be a much greater motivator for them in their life. So your mission or your purpose, it may or may not bring you joy. It might just be something that you have to do, and it might be hard, but you feel that that's your calling. So be it. Your mission, it may be something that meets your financial needs, or it may not meet your financial needs. In fact, your mission could be something that leaves you in a life of poverty or just getting by. And if that's the thing that you have to do with your life, so be it. It may or may not meet your lifestyle needs. If you're not earning enough money, you might find that because you are living your purpose, you can't travel and you can't have a new car, or you can't do this. Okay? These are things that come into factor where your purpose is involved. So the cool thing about your purpose, though, it can be done full-time or part-time or outside of a full-time job or whatever. It can be a flexible thing. Your purpose might be being a parent. Your purpose might be just being a friend, and that's great. But someone else, their purpose might be inventing something or building a large company or whatever it is. It doesn't really matter what your purpose is. It is just a matter of finding out what you really love and, okay, yep, can I make that work in my life? So what should you do? Well, the answer is nothing or something. If you've already got things working the way you want to, that's fantastic. But if there's something that needs to change, just go back and think about some of the questions that I asked and, all right, if something has to change, what has to change and why? Do I need to change it for my lifestyle? Do I need to change it because I don't have any joy in this? I don't enjoy it anymore. It's like, why do you need to change? The hard part is only you can decide if you want to go and make a change and do something else. So I would encourage you to just ask yourself the deep questions about why you would change or why you wouldn't change, and then weighing up the positives or negatives. A really good tool you can use is something that the Japanese call ikigai. And I might be absolutely butchering the name, but it is a combination of 4 elements and trying to find the intersection of what you love, what you're good at, what the world needs, and what you can be paid for. So if you can imagine that you have 2 different circles here, and then in the middle there's an intersection of all of these things, that would be your ikigai. So if you wanted, you could go online now and just Google the ikigai and then do some work having a look at that. You could spend some time thinking about, all right, well, what do I like? Is there a way to make this work? It may be something that it takes you weeks, months, or years to even figure out. But you'll never know unless you actually start to look at it. So if you can figure out how to combine your job, career, and purpose, then that's fantastic, because you will find that you are just living your dream and your ideal lifestyle every day. It'll be something that excites you and you are actually ready to go and get into it. Like, I woke up this morning and I'm ready to do this. It's a Saturday morning and I could be out doing other things, but I'm excited by this. And I'm going to go and do some cool stuff afterwards, and that's cool. But priorities is like, I still need to do this. I need to get it out of my system. I can't just hold it in me because I'm too excited. I've got to be able to share it. So if you want that kind of excitement and you feel stuck or you need a little bit more direction, I've got a free 28-day coaching program that you can find just below. And if you join in that, I'll help you design, build, and live your ideal lifestyle. Job and career and mission is one of those big things that we go into, because I know how important it is. We spend so much of our time doing that. So hopefully I see you on the inside there, and we really help get this job, career, or purpose worked out for your life. And even better if you can find that ikigai and make it all come together into this cohesive life that you're excited to jump out of bed for.